A. A1. A2. A3. P. Now, with the question, first movement is from point A to A1 by axial symmetry. So A goes to A1 and it's axial symmetry. So A3 and A2 is the axis up and down the middle. So I'm going to handy that in just to make it look like an axis. A bit more defined. So we've got axial symmetry across that. Now, axial symmetry means every point moves 90 degrees across the line. So we go back here and we identify a few points, A being the first one. The center point is going to be number 1. There's number 2. Here's number 3. And let's do the center point here is number 4. Believe it or not, that's all you need. Now, each one of these goes 90 degrees across this axis. This axis is vertical. So 90 degrees to vertical is horizontal. So we can use the t-square. Doesn't happen in every case, but it does in this one. So there's number 1 and it follows A and it goes out here. It will end up way over there somewhere and the line is actually already there. Number 2, way over there. Number 3, actually the same line, ideal. And number 4 is a new line, it's way over there. So now we need to reconstruct. So what we do is go to our axis, put the point on the axis, P goes back to A goes out the other side, should end up on A1, does indeed. We'll stick on this line because we also have point number 1 on it, should go further. And we also have point 3 on it, which will go out here. Just about fits on my page. Let's enable them. 1 in its new position 1, and 3 in its new position 1. Let's go back to 4. Point for the line for 4. Measure back to 4. Swing around, mark off 4 in its new position 4, 1. And down to the line for number 2. Back to number 2. Swing around, mark off number 2. number 2, 1. And now we can redraw in everything. So it's a radius of 35. 1, 1 is there. They should all line up. Goes from number 2 all the way around through A1, up over 0.4, and it stops when it comes around to number 3, 1. Connect back into 1, 1, which is horizontal, so we'll do it with the t-square. And back out to 2, 1, which is 45 degrees, which you can also do with the t-square. Reset your compass to a radius of 10. Put it on 0.41 and swing in the eye. And the Pac-Man symbol is now going the other way because it is axially folded over the axis. Now, here's the thing. The next movement is translation from A1 to A2. So it's down to here. So here we go. A1 slides down to A2. So I'm getting rid of my t-square for now. And I'm going to get both set squares. And I pick A1 and I join it to A2. I get my second set square. You can just about see it in the top corner of the camera here. And it sits up beside it. And you slide your t-square down, or set squares together. And you bring number 4 off down there somewhere. Not too sure how far yet. Slide on the set square, pick number 1, slides down the page. Number 3 slides down the page. And number 2 slides down the page. How far did they slide? Well, get your compass, put it on point A1. Mark it down as far as A2. That's the distance. That's the distance every point slides. So let's go back up to 4. That's where it ends up. This now becomes 4, 2. 1 slides the same distance. This is right, nice and easy. Number 1, second position. Once you set the distance on the compass, it never changes. 3 comes down and becomes 3, 2. And 2 goes down and becomes 2, 2. Reset my compass to the radius of the circle. And again, we're swinging from 2 all the way around through A2, up over 4, and down as far as number 3. I'm a little bit off there. Draftsmanship, guys. That's just a wobble on the compass or carelessness. Maybe the point of my compass is in the wrong place there. Just watch all those. They are important. Now, here we are. Draw it into the middle. 45 degrees down again. And 10 degrees or 10 millimeters on the compass. Swing an arc, swing circle. And this time, the Pac-Man shape hasn't changed, it has just slid down. So the first one was an axial, it flips over, facing the opposite direction. This one just slides down. And the last movement is central symmetry in the point P. So every point we have here will now move up through P and will end up out here somewhere. A has already happened. A2 has gone through P and it ends up there. We've got to do it for all the others. Let's start with number 1. It's logical. Number 1 goes through P and out the far side. Don't know how far yet, and I don't really care. 2 goes through P and out the far side. 3 goes through P and out the far side. And 4 goes through P and goes out the far side. We don't really care how far yet. Get your compass, put it on P, and measure back. Measure back to number 1. Swing it around. Now, which one is number 1? Well, on the bottom here, number 1 is the leftmost of this bunch of lines. So it's the rightmost when you get up the top. So it's there. 1, 3. Number 2. Sorry. Point on P. Measure down to 2. 2 is the second leftmost of all the lines. Not that one, not that one. This one, second leftmost. So it's the second rightmost when we get up here. So it's going to be that one. Missed that now, are we? Yeah. So it's this point here. 2, 3. Number 3 is way out on its own. Easy. Number 3 is the rightmost of all the lines, so it's way out here. Easily found. 3, 3. And number 4 is the second rightmost on the bottom, so it's the second leftmost up top. This does take a little bit of tracking now, obviously. 4, 3. Reset my compass to 70. Find number 1, 1, there we are. And redraw our circle. It starts at number 2. It goes from number 2 through A1. So I'm thinking it's going up the way. I'm just missing that page. Goes through A3. Goes down underneath 4 because it goes over 4 here. And it stops when it gets to 3. There we are. Horizontal line in to number 1. And a 45-degree line out to number 2. Reset my compass to 10 and redraw in the new latest eye at 7.4. Oh, that's a bad mistake. Be sure and always stick the compass into the board and make sure it sticks. Taking a bit of a shortcut there I was. That's A3. Okay. So our full on finished one, I won't get it all in the camera in one go, is about that. So we have axial, starts here, flips over on the axis, slides down, and then the central one, it all passes through point P and spreads itself on the other side, inverted and flipped left to right, so it's complete opposite image up here. Axial, translation, central movement.